Hi guys. Hello everyone. Welcome. We're just gonna let a few people join here. This is our celebration 20th anniversary of the J-Lo album and Wedding Planner, which came out, if people don't know, in the same week. Back in, what was it? 20 years ago. Hi. How's everybody feeling? Hi from Poland. Hi everybody. Hello. Getting a few requests here. So like I promised you, we're gonna have a special guest joining us for this 20th anniversary. I know, I can't believe it's been 20 years either. Hi Greece. Kisses from Greece and from the Philippines. Hi guys. Shout out to Brazil. Brazil, I love you too. I know, 20 years of the Wedding Planner. What were some of your guys' favorite scenes from that? I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember kind of the one scene where I dived down underneath all the flowers at the flower mart. I thought it was a lot of fun to do. The dance scene was a lot of fun. You were in middle school and now you're buying J-Lo Beauty. Yeah, so you don't have wrinkles. Me too. Me too. Developing J-Lo Beauty so we can stay youthful and timeless at every age. You guys are beautiful. Thank you. I love you. Hello, Iran. Who else do we have? We have a little... Oh, looks like we're gonna join right now. There we are. Okay. Hello, Istanbul, Turkey. Hey, there he is.
¿Qué pasa, chica?
Everybody say hello to Matthew. Official Matthew McConaughey in the house.
Oh, official J-Lo, what's happening, girl?
I'm good. I haven't talked to you in so long. How are you?
We're relatively doing pretty doggone good. We got the whole family together, the kids, the dogs. We got my mom, who's 89, with us now for about 10 months, but we're doing pretty good.
Amazing.
You?
Amazing. How are the kids? How's Camila?
It's all happening. It is all happening. You know, in these times where you spend more time with your kids and your family, and everyone's kind of a little more on top of each other. And for the most part, that's really cool and fun. But sometimes you got to get a little elbow room. But we're doing good. We're doing good.
Same over here. I have all the kids. Barely saw my mom for many months, but just, you know, saw her for her 75th birthday. Lupe's 75 now.
Nice.
And that was fun. And you're right, kids on top of us. I literally had to tell Max just now, Max, please just let me do the live. I have a special friend I haven't seen in a long time, because he was ready to be all in it.
Yeah.
I was like, Mommy's working for 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. But yeah, it's been fun. But can you believe it's been 20 years since we did the Wedding Planner?
Not when you say it like that, you know. When you say it's been 20 years, yeah, I was going over the math. That's a while ago.
I know, but it seems, I know we've both done a lot since then. You've done amazing things, obviously. Hello, Mr. Oscar winner. And I, you know, have done so much, but it still feels a little bit like it was yesterday. It was just yesterday. We were in the middle of that field with the movie theater. Do you remember doing that scene? Where you were about to kiss me? And I remember you said to me, I don't know if you remember this, you said, Miss Lopez, I'm going to kiss you now. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
Let's
get it. I
Oh,
remember
yes.
that clearly, clearly. But it
Well,
does seem.
and you think about, I mean, in a way, there weren't. That was kind of the end of a lot of the rom coms. That was one of the last. There weren't a lot of successful rom coms after that,
Right.
if I'm remembering correctly. I mean, the rom com hardly gets made anymore. I don't know
I
how
know.
long.
I'm about to do another one. I actually have one coming out called Marry Me.
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep them alive. Let me just put it
yeah,
that way. We did Monster-in-Law after I did Wedding Planner, which was a lot of fun. I did with Jane Fonda. But you're right. There hasn't been a lot. That was kind of that era.
yeah.
And now I'm about to do another one. I have one in the can. I'm about to do another one. And because I love them.
Right.
I love that movie. I love Wedding Planner so much. And I cannot tell you how many people come up to me and tell me, The Wedding Planner was my favorite movie of mine,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
after you've done so many films that they
I
bring
hear about
that
Wedding
one
Planner
up.
all the time. I hear
Yeah.
about Wedding Planner all the time, all over the world. And I think, you've got Marry Me coming out, or are you about to do Marry Me?
It's coming out in May 14th.
I think you're onto something as well. I think for the appetite of audiences, especially after this last year.
Oh,
And there
yeah.
may be a resurgence in the rom-com because people are going, can you just give me 90 minutes of escapism, of pleasure? I know
Just
the couple's going
fun.
to get together at the end. I just want to see how. I want to see that kiss at the end, and I want to feel good about
Yeah.
that kiss at the end and go, yes,
I want to know
life's
there's a
good.
happily ever after. I
Yeah.
want to know that. Even though we know we've been through a tough year, it's like, miracles still happen.
Yeah.
Love, prevails. Things can go right. All of that stuff for
Right.
sure. Absolutely. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah, we have we're trying to keep the tradition alive of
Okay.
the Wedding Planner. You know what? I just came into my mind too. The scene where we where the dumpster comes at me, and you
Yes.
rescue me from the dumpster.
Yes.
One of my favorite lines in the whole thing, one of the reasons why I love that script was, "You smell like grilled cheese and plums," I think I said, right? Something like that. Well, to me, which is like probably one of the best smells in the world.
Yes.
And it was just that idea of her fading out and kind of like this Prince Charming who just rescued her, and her saying, "You smell like grilled cheese and plums." It was just so
I
real.
think that was the day when, for everyone out there that knows that, and as you already know, because she's proven it over her career time and time again, I was like, oh, J-Lo's baller. I remember because you hurt your ankle, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, but I think it literally happened. But anyway, you were like doing your own stunts, and
Yes.
the timing of getting out of the way of like moving, so said dumpster, was very good, obviously, because you're athletic and you got a dance routine, so your spatial sense was good. But a lot of people wouldn't have done that. Now, and I think that was the day when I was like, oh yeah, J-Lo breaks a sweat, meaning she gets in there and you're on set, you love to do the work, and you want to do all of the work, even stuff like that could be potentially dangerous. I remember that.
I remember like saying, okay, you have to, like, I had to get the shoe out of the thing, and I could get it out. It was somewhat stuck, but I knew how to get it out, and I had to get it out before. And I was like, how long can I wait to make it look like it's really about to hit me before he comes in? You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was close sometimes. We had some close calls there.
Well, and I remember telling you, going, I won't be tardy. I'll get that foot down.
You won't be tardy for the party.
It's got to be close enough to look like it could have really been tragic, but I won't be tardy.
Yes, but you were the hero for sure that day. That was so much fun.
Grilled cheese and plums.
Grilled cheese and plums. You smell like grilled cheese and plums. It was pears or plums.
Oh, let's go with plums for now. That's the smell.
I like plums.
Yeah. Where else did we shoot? So we shot in parks in LA. Where else?
San Francisco. Didn't we go to San Francisco?
Well, yes, we did do San Francisco. We sure did.
Yeah.
San Fran.
The park. I remember the scene I was just talking about before you popped on. You know, when we were walking and we're looking at flowers in the flower mart.
Yes.
And we run into my ex there with his like gorgeous, tall, statuesque girlfriend, and I dive under the things, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? It was very
Yes.
funny. That was one of my, I don't know why I remember that day. It was a beautiful day outside and we were like walking around all these flowers, and it's just one of those things, you know,
You're
when you do these movies, and you've done so many of them now, and I've been lucky enough, you have been fortunate enough to continue working and doing what we love. And there's just certain moments that always stick out in your head, you know, always just stay with you. And I so enjoyed working with you. We had such a nice rapport and
Yep.
chemistry, and we're somewhat at the beginning of our careers
That's
at
right.
that time, you know. And so, you know, it was exciting to be working, you know, on any movie. I still
Right.
felt that way. I still feel that
Yeah, yeah,
way,
yeah.
by
I'm
the
with you.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just, it was like a magical time. And you know, I'm such a romantic too, that, you know, working on those type of movies have a real feel for me, and they're fun. And it's, you know, because some of these, you know, as you know, can take a pound of your flesh,
Oh
you know,
yes.
when you
Yeah.
when you're acting and doing some of these action movies or very dramatic roles, or playing somebody and having the responsibility of playing a
Yep.
real character. You know, those things really take a toll on you. But these kind of movies, the wedding planners of the world, they really
They're
do something for your soul.
yeah, and you know, we need a little lightness. You know, we talked about that escapism, that romantic side of, hey, everything's gonna, fairy tale can work out. Let's dream of that and let that happen and go to the theater and see that. Um, we don't get as much of it anymore, but that lightness. I always say that, like, you know, like wedding planner, you have to. It's buoyant for a reason. It's kind of like you're dancing across the clouds.
Yeah,
You know, and it feels a little like Saturday evening every day on set. It
it
feels a
does.
little like Saturday when you're watching those movies for the entire movie.
And you're
And you
very
don't want it to
aware.
feel like Monday. You want it to
Yeah,
feel like
you're very aware that you're doing something that will bring happiness, that
yeah,
will make people laugh, that will make them giggle, that will make them smile, that will make them dream a little bit about true love and
yeah,
finding that. And I think that is everybody's quest and search in life, is to find your place,
right.
right, where you belong.
Yep.
And these movies definitely do that, for sure.
Yeah. And you know, in that way, when you say that, I sit there and I go, wow, is that a nostalgic thought? But it's really not a nostalgic thought. It used to be at the forefront a lot more. There were a lot more. If you look back at, you know, even though the Hepburn stuff, they were all, and Tracy, they were all forms of romantic comedies. There were so many of them. But you don't see as many anymore. But no, that's not a nostalgic thought. It is true. That
No,
is what everyone's still
I
looking
think
for.
people got away from like wanting to have that for some reason, because they wanted things to be real. Like, give me
Mm-hmm.
real, give me
Mm-hmm.
reality, give me gritty, give me how dirty can we make it? How, you know, kind of, you know, hardcore can it
Right.
be, you know? And once life gets hardcore like it did this past year, you know, and it gets really tough and reality really hits you and you go, wow, things could be really, you know, serious out here,
Yeah.
you kind of crave that again. And I
I hear
think
you.
that is one of the joys of being able to kind of reminisce on this movie today,
Yes.
you know, and hope like we have some more like that. And
The
we
fairy
did
tale.
pretty good with this movie too. You know, this movie's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
It is?
Yes, because
Before.
we were number one at the box office. And I also Love Don't Cost a Thing, which I did for my JLo album, but was at the end of the movie, was also number one that week, and that has never been done. That's the
Yes.
only time it's been done, not by male, female, nothing. We are in the Guinness Book of World Records,
Bring it.
like my daughter
Bring it.
does all the time. Your kids must be into the TikTok, right? And into
Not
the like the
yet.
Gen
Not
Z
yet.
kind of
We got a
like.
few things going. I've seen a few poses around. Yeah.
Oh my god! But yeah,
um,
so we have a little
you,
history with this movie.
people don't know this. I always say this about you, because you're you prepare so well for everything you do. I think you're incredible. I love your intentionality. I love how deliberate you are. Quiet, dog.
Hey,
We got dogs. Somebody drove down the street, and the guard dogs are going to get them. But I remember doing one of my great compliments to you as an actress, besides that you love to get in there and do the dirty work and the hard work, is that if we have a 2-minute scene, the first take would be 1:59. The second take would be 2:01. The third take would be 2 minutes. The fourth take would be 1:59. I mean, you would have things down. You love choreography.
I do.
Even your roles, in acting as well. And I love your deliberation and your intentionality with that and the preparation you put into stuff like that. And you see it. I mean, you do it across the board. I mean, I've always called you a quad threat, which is actually underselling because quad would only mean 4 threat. So I don't know what a 7-teplet threat would be, but let's call it that. Aren't you kind of 7-handed? What don't you do?
I do too much. I need to sit down.
Well, you're not going to stop.
No.
Right? I mean, you love it.
No.
You're not looking to retire. You're looking to turn it on.
You know what, Matthew? I keep saying I'm going to slow down. And this year slowed us all down, which was great. And I cannot tell you what a blessing it was with all the difficulties and all the uncertainty and all the fear, how lovely it was to be at home and have dinner every single night with my kids and my man and just be here. Yeah. That was so great. But I keep telling myself I'm going to slow down, and I do a little bit. I'm going to incorporate and take with me into 2021 and into the subsequent years a bit more balance. I think that is for sure. But you're right. I love what I do. It's all a big dance for me. Life is all a big dance for me. And even in the scenes and in the choreography of it, I love to practice it. I love to make it better. I love to make it more beautiful. And then I love to just kind of let go and let it happen every time. And to me, that's the fun of it, is the being prepared, is the knowing that in the moment that you can let go and soar and just live it. And you're right. It kind of comes out the same amount of time every time because you're so prepared. You so have done it so many times. So that is true. I went away and I wrote a book. All right. Yes, I was just going to ask you about that green light.
Yeah. So green lights, that's me on the cover, as you can see. But the real thing about green lights is that all the red and yellow lights in our life eventually turn green, right? Like all the hardships that we have, right? Yeah. Eventually in the rearview mirror life, we go, oh, there was a lesson I was supposed to learn there. You know what I mean? So that's sort of the basis of the book, the theme.
I love that. I love that. You have not sent me this book yet.
I will send you this
You know what? Don't send it to me. I'm going to buy it.
I will send you this book.
I can get it.
One of the things, though, one of the early chapters that I write about is what you're talking about. You have to prepare to have freedom. You have to do the work early so you can play tomorrow. And that's the preparation you're talking about. That, if you get prepared enough, you choreograph the situation, you anticipate what it's going to be, you show up and you're dancing. Then you just dance and you follow music.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so true. When did you write that? I was going to ask you about that because I had heard about it.
I went away about 2 years ago. You know me on my little walkabouts. I put on a backpack, got in my truck, got my favorite drink, my favorite steaks, and a whole bunch of water, and I went away to the desert for about 52 days on my own.
What? By yourself or with the kids and the family?
No, solo. And came back with this. And then edited it over the last year and a half, and been fun. Been going around. I've never done a book tour before. Very similar to doing a movie tour, except I'm doing it remotely, like everyone else is this year. But you know what? This remote thing, talking about assets of this time. Like the other morning, I am via remotely through Zoom. I'm in Italy at 9 a.m., England at 10, New York at 11, LA at noon, and having lunch with my kids at 1 live in person.
That's amazing.
Couldn't have done
that.
Not bad.
Not bad.
No, it's pretty cool. Which,
cool.
kept to me talk about, that things that we're learning to, reevaluate. Like you said, you're going to slow down, balance it a little bit. I've got my mom who's 89. She's been with her grandkids every day for 10 months.
Amazing.
That wouldn't have happened.
Never.
We wouldn't have brought her to live with us. The dogs are getting petted longer, so they're happy because we're spending more time.
They're super happy.
Yes.
Yeah, and your relationships even. It's just like learning each other. You forget, like you're always in the kind of grind of just surviving life and doing what you got to do and taking care of the kids and you doing your thing and me doing my thing and just to sit there and be like, what's going on with you? Where's
Yeah.
your mind at?
Yeah.
How are you feeling about life? Is
What do
everything
you love
good?
to do? You
Yeah.
know, what's
What should
turning you
we do
on?
together
Yeah. Yeah.
when we're
Yeah.
not working?
Yeah.
You know. So that was all a blessing. It was all a
Yeah.
blessing in the craziest way, like you said, that kind of green light thing you were just talking about, like all the red lights and the yellow lights, the things that look like they put you to a stop, actually were showing you exactly where to go.
For some reason, yeah, you know, so we don't notice it sometimes, I think, when we're in a crisis and we think like, is this how it's going to be? Am I going to be this frustrated or whatever? Well, no, we're usually not. But, you know, sometime tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, maybe even 10 years from now, or maybe 100 years from now, we realize, I was supposed to take inventory at that time. Oh, I needed a pause. I had to have a pause forced on me via a doggone pandemic, and I didn't even know
The
I needed
universe
it.
intervened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. So what have you been doing in this past year? What do you have coming up? What can we look forward to? We have the book.
Well, the book, I've been touring the book now for like 14 weeks, and hey,
Wow.
people still want to talk about it. I'm willing to talk about it and keep selling it and stay on the grind for as long as people are interested. So
No, I would
been
love to hear.
really
You always have such great insights, and you have such a way of looking at life and the way that you live. Like even just going out into the desert for 52 days is so foreign to me. Like I just want to read it for that. I'm like, what does one think about for 52 days in the desert? Because I will never do that. I will never go there for them by myself with a steak and a bottle of tequila. It's not happening. It's just not happening. I'm too much of a scaredy cat.
Well, you know what I had with me though is what I took 36. I've been keeping diaries for 36 years since I was 14. So I took all those diaries with me, and that's basically what the book, what turned into the book is what's the stuff I've been interested in writing about for 36 years. So sort of myself in the last 36 years was kind of my friend, my companion for the trip, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We didn't get along the whole time, but
Yeah.
but we did have to hang out. Yeah, as far as the future going forward, I'm trying to measure out, you know, how much are we in the new normal now? How much is a remote existence and communication going to be the new normal of the future? I think coming out of the pandemic, we see the finish line. We're at the 20. The vaccine's out. People are starting to take it. We're gonna find our waterline here. But in some ways, I don't think we're ever really going. We're going completely back.
Mm-hmm.
I question, you know, what's the future of our industry? We know people are going to need and want great content. They want to be educated, enlightened, entertained, laugh. They're going to want these things. But where are they going to watch it? Are we still going to go to the theater? Is it going to go directly?
Will that ever happen in its all its glory ever again? Right? I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
I feel like people miss it. They want it. We have to figure out a way to get back to at least, you know, being able to be together. I think people need people.
Yeah.
We need each other. We need interaction. We need stimulation. We need to be able to randomly meet somebody somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And have an interaction and it change our lives. Like, I don't think that can disappear. I don't want it to disappear. You know, so we got to figure all of that out. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm like, how is it going to be? And how do we slowly get back to it, but in a better way where it's not like it was before, but it's better. It's
hopefully
better.
we come out of this and don't snap right back. Like I said, like we've been talking about, we were forced to reevaluate who we are, what we give a damn about in life, et cetera, et cetera. And hopefully we maintain some of that going forward. You know, I was reading something last night about another value of people getting together. That's where you learn to trust people and people learn to trust you. And so at this time, we've been so separated. And then there was this last year with all the political upheaval, the civil unrest. People aren't trusting each other. And we got to get some of the trust back.
I know.
To where I can go, yeah. Oh, what's up, Jayla? No, I know you got my back. And you can go, yeah,
yes.
I know you got my back.
Or you know what? We don't agree on everything, but we can agree to disagree. And I understand that you have your right to how you feel, and I have my right to how I want to live. And we can all kind of live next door to each other and still say hi and good morning. And I wish you the best. I hope you're happy. Because I want to be happy. And that's it. Like for me, even at the inauguration, like the idea of kind of, you know, putting out a message of like, this planet is for all of us. This world is for all of us, and we all have to figure out how to live in harmony, you know.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, and God shed His grace on thee, and let's get loud on those things. Let's get loud on that stuff.
Yes,
'Cause
let's make that epidemic.
Yes, like
Yeah.
for me, that's what it's all about. And
I'm with you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you.
Good to see you too. I want, hey, so what do you got? So talk to me about what you got going. You got Marry Me coming. I mean, look,
I got
you
Marry
music,
Me.
you got film, you got fashion,
Yes.
you got beauty. Tell me what
Yes.
else I'm missing. You're a mama. You got everything else
I'm
going.
a
You're
mama
happening.
first.
You're four-dimensional.
Yeah.
You're transcendent. Talk to me. What do you got going? What do you got in the works?
Here's what I got going. I am about to go off and do my first movie in the bubble, as they call it,
Okay.
Shotgun, which would have been so. I actually was like, we should do that one together. But I have more that was coming up, and we're gonna do something again, baby, because we have to do something again. It's been too long. 20 years is too long.
Okay.
So I have that one I'm about to go do, but on May 14th I have Marry Me coming out, and I did an album with that movie. So that's the first time for me that I did a movie and an album together.
Are you trying to be in the Guinness Book of World Records twice?
Hey, that would not be a bad thing. That would, oh my God, that would not be a bad thing. Yes, because this will be the first time they'll be out in the same week, and we'll see. We'll see. That would be great.
Oh yeah.
So that's coming out, and then I just, looking forward to getting back to touring. I just launched J-Lo Beauty, which is my beauty company, skincare right now. I'm gonna have to send Camila and your grandma some.
Send me some.
I will send you some too, because you will love.
Come on.
Especially you're out. You need sunscreen. I have an amazing sunscreen that you can wear every day.
Come
yes, I love your tan, but we got to keep it young. We've got to keep it youthful.
I hear
okay. So that happened through the pandemic, and I worked on that through all the quarantine, and this year we just launched it January 1st, so that's exciting. And that's it. I'm gonna do more movies, more touring, work on J-Lo Beauty, and really putting out a message of loving ourselves and self-care and self-love into the world, and how beauty has no expiration date, and how beauty's from the inside out, and that whole idea I think is super important. Again, because I feel like the more we care about ourselves, the more we care about others. We're capable of caring about others. Yeah. And so that's what's going on with me. That's it.
The dogs agree. I agree. The more we respect and trust ourselves, the more we can respect and trust others too.
Yes. Amen. Yes, sir. I miss your energy. I hope to be around you soon.
I hope to be around you as well. Always enjoy it when I am and when we are. Great to catch up with you and chat here today with you.
Give the kids a big hug for me and Grandma and Camila and the whole family, okay, baby?
All right, back to your family as well. All right?
Bye, guys. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We love you.
Thank you.
20 years deep, baby. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.